All right, and we start. That's it. Welcome. This is a new 1 month challenge that I'm doing. Not much of a challenge, really, but it's a 1 month series. I'm going to be putting out a video every day for the month of February. I used to put out videos on the main channel every day, and they were live to tape, which is what we're doing now. And I like doing that, and then slowly it evolved. Now I put out a short every day and a long form video, but they're all pre-recorded well in advance. So I'm going to go over what we're going to be doing here for this month. I hope you guys tune in every day. Daily uploads. So every single day you will get an upload from me. It will have been recorded just before you saw it, so I won't pre-tape a bunch of these. It's going to be raw and uncut. There will be no edits. This is it. This is how it goes. It's going to be 10 minutes maximum. We have not started the clock yet, but once we do, we're going to go 10 minutes maximum on each of these, and we're going to do show and tell. So there's got to be a reason for this. Here is the date. Today is February 1st. It's 10:17. And let me start the clock, and then I have something really cool to show you. And I'm going to try to show you cool things every single day. So, all right, clock is running. We got 10 minutes on the clock. I got my show and tell item here. I was shooting today. I am freezing. I went out to the Princeton Cemetery. I'm shooting something for main channel video that I think you guys are going to love. It was 10 degrees, and so I took my gloves off my hand to hold my phone, and then I couldn't put my glove back on because my hand was frozen. But I have defrosted, and so I got some cool stuff to show you. All right, the first thing, I'm going to do one thing a day, but today this is a set, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. I got these, found these in my mother-in-law's cabinet one day, and I was fascinated with them. These are little McDonald's trays. They got the McDonald's logo. So you'd put your drink here and then, your food there. Definitely, it's interesting in a lot of ways. I think the size of the cup is kind of big, and then the size for the food is relatively small. They're cute little trays, though. They're rather useful. So the first one has the Grimace on there. You can see he's got a scratch. I think he's probably the one that was used the most before and since I got a hold of them. The Grimace has faded, I think. I don't think he was originally painted this color of like bluish purple, but the Grimace is interesting. You probably know the Grimace used to be a villain. He used to be the bad guy of the Ronald McDonald series. The idea was that the Grimace represented the milkshake initially, they said, and he had extra arms. He had like multiple arms, and he would steal milkshakes. And Grimace is like a negative thing. Like you go, oh, look at that lady with that grimace on her face. But they have also said that this is the official word from McDonald's. At least at one point, they've said that he is a taste bud. And so he represents the face you make when you eat something you don't like, which, I mean, I don't know what you're ordering over there at McDonald's. That's the problem with McDonald's. It all tastes good. But anyway, it's got the McDonald's logo carved in there. And I don't know, it looks like it's a tray on like an airplane or something. I love it. So this is the first one with Grimace on it. And here is the next one. We've got Big Mac, the constable, the beloved constable. There you go. He's got 2 all beef patties for a head and his little tiny hat. Big Mac. They had a promotion. We did a couple videos about the Big Mac on here. I went on the main channel. I went to the Big Mac Museum, which is near where the first Big Mac was served. And then I went through the story. There are some people that there's a rather sternly worded like letter to the editor criticizing McDonald's after a cop passed away, a policeman who claimed to be the inventor of the Big Mac, and then the owner of the restaurant also claimed to be the inventor of the Big Mac. I don't think that the policeman was the inventor, but it's an interesting story. I feel like the Big Mac was ripped off. This was the Bob's Big Boy burger. So but anyway, that's that. On the back here, it says Simon Marketing Incorporated. So I don't know who they were, but they must have been doing marketing for McDonald's at the time. There was a contest I talked about on another video where if you mention a Big Mac in a rap song, they would give money to the rapper. Which I think they were like, could you sing positively about a policeman? That would really work for your street cred. Like, I think selling out and doing a McDonald's rap would be far less. All right. Speaking of crime, here's this one. This one has the Hamburglar. There he is. That's the older style, more vicious looking, he has a necktie that comes way below his crotch. I mean, he's still a rather silly looking criminal, but he's got like an evil human head. Now today, and I'm looking around to see if I have anything with him on. I don't. But the current Hamburglar does not look like that. Robble. When I was in elementary school, I believe, maybe probably middle school, we went to go see Les Miserables on Broadway. Because living in New Jersey, that's like a pretty standard trip that a school might take. As you know, they bus you all into New York, and then you go see a show that they got a discount ticket on. We saw Les Miserables, and I remember that we kept talking about Les Miserables, and the teacher would say, no, it's Les Miserables. And so I remember me and my one friend kept going, Les Miserables, rubble. Because that's all he said. Like, something was wrong with this guy. They needed to lock him up. So that's number 3. We got more. Here is the guy you don't see much anymore, Captain Crook. Captain Crook was the Filet-O-Fish mascot. And actually, he had the very first kids meal, because the first kids meal they did was a Filet-O-Fish meal with him on the packaging. So Captain Crook, and I guess he's, bad guy. He's a crook. All right, let's see. Let's move him to last. All right, Mayor McCheese. So I'm a fan of Mayor McCheese. I love the image of him here. So I guess he's just a cheeseburger. Like, if you look, Mayor McCheese doesn't have a lot going on. But really, Mayor McCheese is HR Pufnstuf. They stole him. And they were sued by the Sid and Marty Krofft, the HR Pufnstuf people, who said the McDonald's Corporation had asked them to create characters for McDonald's. And they I guess, debated on it, and then McDonald's said, no, you want too much money, and then they hired another firm who ripped off HR Pufnstuf. So if you watch HR Pufnstuf, Pufnstuf is the mayor, and my God, if Pufnstuf doesn't look so similar to this, I would put them on the screen if this was not a raw, unedited video. But no, you can't. I'm sorry. I wish I could. But I've made rules. I have rules. I have to follow my own rules. And so... all right, but there's HR Pufnstuf with his McDonald's sign. He even would wear, like, you can see he's got his, not McDonald's sign, he's holding his glasses, and he's got his sash across there. So and there you go. And I got a text message. So, but that's all right, because we got a couple more minutes, and then I'll respond to my brother. All right, here's the last one, the final one. Right on time here with our show and tell. This is Ronald McDonald. And he's the big cheese, the big boss. I hear that they don't use him as much now because of the creepy clown events of 2016. I don't know. I've read why people find clowns creepy. That they say there's uncanny valley and they look human, but they're not, but they are human, but they don't look human or something. I don't have that gene in me. Get it. If you show me a scary clown being scary, it's scary. I get that. And if you show me a happy clown being happy, it's not scary or creepy to me. Just my brain doesn't read it that way. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why some people have but I do not have the fear of. I love clowns. I love going to a circus. I love rodeo clowns. I love rodeo clowns. And I'll tell you, we'll have to talk to her about it sometime, but we've had Leva Bates on this channel, and I know she worked at a rodeo, I believe, as a rodeo clown. So I think I interviewed her once on a podcast, and we talked about that, but we should talk about that on the show, because I mean, I love clowns. Maybe we'll do a whole clown episode and we'll get her on. I bet of the other famous people that I'm lucky enough to be friends with, I bet a couple of them have worked as a clown, because I feel like clowning is, there's an art form to it, and I feel like it's something that if you're an actor, it's something you learn. But there's Ronald McDonald. So that is the full set. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trays. I think this is all the trays that exist. I remember once I looked at selling them. I went on eBay and saw that they sold for like an amount of money. What my rule always is, if I look it up and I think, if I wanted this, would I pay that much? And I thought, yeah, I would pay whatever they were saying, for the full set. It may have been, let's say it was $60, right? That's $10 a tray. That seems like, I might pay $10 for one of these trays. But if it was $120, I wouldn't pay $20 for this. Like, I go to the flea market, somebody's selling this, I'm not paying $20 for this, so I'm not paying $120 for the set. So, but I use them from time to time. I don't worry about, like I used to, with all this kind of stuff, I used to worry that it would get ruined in the dishwasher, but now I don't care. Because I don't care. I got to use it. It's mine. I got to use it. So anyway, that's a pretty cool set, and I enjoyed showing it to you. And our time is up. I'll see you tomorrow.